Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. Hi, great to see you all. And let me just check who's here. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Tish. And that's about it for now. All right. So it's Wednesday. And I thought, I'll try something a little bit different. Try something a little bit different today. It's very cold for me. I mean, I know that a lot of people in America don't find it cold, but for me, it's very cold. So I'm all rugged up. I've got my sexy hat on. Hi, Tariq. Hi, Cynthia. Great to see you. Just let these people go past. All right. So basically, it's Wednesday. It's quite a dull day. It's dull and grey, but it is winter, of course. We're in Europe and it's winter, so that's what you come to expect. I love my turban. It's not a turban. You can see my hair up there. It's just an ear warmer, basically. I crocheted it when I knew that we were going to be coming into cold weather. I thought, okay, I better learn how to crochet. So I did a YouTube tutorial. So we are here in Weilberg still, and we're actually going to be here for one more week. So what I thought I'd do, and I sort of alluded to it last week, is we're going to go on a bit of a treasure hunt. We're going to go on a bit of a lion hunt. That's just going to be a little bit of a different way to explore the town, and we'll see a few different things along the way. But because there's just so many lions around town, I thought it'll be a little bit of fun. So let's see how we go. Hi, Dawn. Great to see you. So let's turn the camera around. Camera, there we go. And back camera. That's it. So we're here at one of these old traditional houses. That's where we're starting today, just around the corner from where we're staying. At I think Richard calls it Fachwerk. Sorry, where are we? We are in a town called Weilberg. So that's spelt Weilburg, Weilberg. And it is about an hour north of Frankfurt, about an hour and a half southeast of Cologne. It's in kind of like the middle west of Germany. So this says, to the angel, Fachwerkbau. That's the style of building from the 17th century. And that's the town crest up there. Hi, Natalie. Great to see you. Yeah. So you might be able to look that up later, Tish. But this is where our first lion is. And I'm sorry, but this is a little bit of a tease. We don't get to see very much of this one. We all get to see is the back of his head. This one's on private property, unfortunately. But apparently back in 2005, there was a painted trail of lions around the town for a celebration, very much detail of which I have been unable to find. So I've not been able to find very many pictures, if any, of the lions themselves, but this is our first one. So that's a little bit of a tease. I know you can't really see him. All you're getting to see is the back of his mane. I'd love to see what he really looks like. Might be able to get a glimpse of his paw. I'm conscious that I might be on private property here as well. But there we go. There we go. That's our first lion. And it says something steps forbidden, verboten. So let's move along. Let's get out of here. All right. So lions feature quite prominently in Weilberg, and we might see some statues along the lines of that one we just saw, but we might see other lions in other forms as well. And to be honest, I am still exploring and still trying to find lions as I wander about the town and explore. But let's see what else we see along the way too. So we've been here for just over a week, and the weather's gradually getting colder. We saw snow, as some of you will recall. So there's I think that's the symbol for Germany. Dawn says they should put up a mirror so it can be seen. That's a great idea, Dawn. It's an excellent idea. And I've been also doing lots and lots and lots of reading about all the historic buildings and just trying to see how some of them might fit in to our walk around town. But this one here was given a mention, didn't actually say what it was, just that it is one of the older protected buildings of the city. Sorry, as some of you know, I am sort of coming out the other end of a cold as well. Now I'm going to go, now let me think about this logically. Logically, I want to go down there and I want to turn left and then I want to turn right. So which way shall I go? This is the thing, trying to make a logical path of this. And I tried to practice it a couple of times, but I kept getting turned around and backwards and forwards on myself. She says, loving this town and the architecture. He could hold the mirror in his paw. Yeah, that's a good idea too, Tish. Look, it really is gorgeous. The building that we're coming up to here used to be a synagogue. Now, fortunately, it was actually sold out of Jewish hands prior to the war, World War II. There's a sign over here somewhere, which meant that basically it wasn't destroyed. So I can see over here the mention of the fact that it was actually a synagogue at some points, and it's the Zarin Kaserne. I'm pretty sure that tells you when it was built, and then it goes on to say that it was a synagogue up until 1938, and then it was sold, which basically saved it from destruction. Now, I'll come back and have a look at that lady across the road over there in a moment, but I want to come around the corner here because I know there's a line around the corner. So as I was saying, there was a celebration of some sort. I wasn't able to find out exactly what the celebration was for, but it was back in 2005, and there was a trail of around about 60 painted lions around the town of Weilburg. Only a few of those remain, and we're going to try and find as many of those as we can as we walk around this afternoon. And just checking on comments. Okay. Now, when we were walking along the other day, we had a look over the wall towards the river, and I pointed up in this direction and mentioned that we actually made it to the top of that hill during our walk. There's a little picnic table right up the top there above those two prominent rocks. That's when I decided that doing a river walk along that part of the trail was going to be too much of a challenge and decided against it. So let's go and see our second lion. In the meantime, we're passing some of the significant buildings of the town. Now, Richard did tell me what this one is. The planning office, I think. He might have just got a glimpse of something there. I'll come back and see that in a moment. Here's our second lion, and the one that was in my banner picture. So this is a free trade store, fair trade store. So they sell items from all over the world, but they're fair trade. So you've got lots of things like felt items from African countries, coconut shell items from Asia. But here he is. Isn't he gorgeous? He's beautiful. Beautiful rainbow mane. Absolutely gorgeous. Very colourful, very festive. And this is located, we'll come back and have another look at him in a moment. This is located next to a park where we have a statue of the town piper, and also the bear we saw the other day as well. I've showed you this guy a couple of days ago. He's celebrating the relationship between Berlin and Wahlberg, and so that's the bear. And painted on his hide is the symbol of peace and unity. Children all joined hands together. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, absolutely, Tish. So here is the town piper. And there's a couple of other monuments in this park as well. There's some sort of a, is it a coal truck? I'm not sure what that is. And there's a plaque over here. And I don't know what that means either. This is what happens when you're in a foreign country and you don't know the language. But we can look out over the river from this park. You might be able to hear the sound of water falling over the weir. We love the bear. Your bears adore him. Oh, I thought you might, Tariq. Okay, so, and you might be able to see just at the base of that rock there's a boardwalk. That's what we were trying to get to. Couldn't find it. Turns out the path is flooded at the moment, which led me to wonder what it must be like if it's flooded now. What must it be like after the spring melt? These buildings are beautiful. Everything's so well maintained in this town. It's really lovely. Okay, back to see this back to see this lion at the fair trade store. I'm getting all my words wrong today, aren't I? Here we go, there it is. Hi Sarah, great to see you. And then across the way from this lion, because of course it is the symbol for the city, we have another lion over here on the front of the, I think Richard said it's the planning office. So this one's one of those ones that sort of sticks out from the wall in metal. I like the design of that one. And it's repeated in this crest, the same one. Okay, let's keep walking. We've got a little bit of ground to cover today. There is something to somebody which is probably no point my even looking at it because I have no idea what that says. There's a whole series of dates and stuff, but it's obviously someone who is important to this town. I know that gymnasium, in that first date there, gymnasium is something like a special high school. So maybe he was a headmaster or a director of education or something like that, perhaps. Who knows? Okay. I'm going to cross the road again. Just because I love these flower pots. Look at these flower pots all along the wall here. They're rather gorgeous. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. And they're all the way along here. He looks more dragon-like than lion. I agree, Dawn. Yes, and I'm going to duck up a street a little way along here and we'll have a look at a plaque along the wall. And I still think that they look like dragons too. But, it's debatable. I guess, I'm thinking back to the lion dances for Chinese New Year. And it's debatable whether they were dragons or lions as well. So I guess there is that crossover, isn't there? Because it's a small town, the Christmas decorations here are quite simple, but they're still very pretty when they're lit up at night. Now over here we have I think it's Athena. There's a few kind of, is it Greek or Roman? My knowledge of the ancients is pretty limited, I have to confess. But here we go. Well, I guess if she's Athena, it's Greek, isn't it? Yes, there we go. It's Athena. There she is. I don't know what her connection is to here, but that's Athena. Alrighty. And this is the new town hall. So where we're staying is next to the old town hall. We took you into the castle gardens the other day, and we walked alongside the old town hall to get to the palace gardens. All right, on the lookout for lions. Let's go. So it's the rat house. Don't you love the buildings? This one here is really, really something else. Look at that. Really something special. Now, if I take a little detour up this laneway, I think we're going to find a couple of lions up here. So let's do that. Pretty sure I've got the right one. Athens was Greek, yes. I tweaked to that, too late, Tish. All right, so here's those dragon lions again. On the building up there. 1540, 1950 and 1780. I have no idea what those years represent. The two lion crests. And then I want to show you this really cool, kind of like a semi-relief sculpture on the wall here. It's really beautiful, I think. Sorry about the noise, but it looks like it's a baker's oven or a baker. You can see them putting loaves into the oven there. And then again, we've got that crest at the bottom with the two lions in it. The detail is gorgeous, isn't it? It's really fine detail. Really lovely. And on this side, a different depiction of the lion. This time it's a water fountain. Not in use. All right, so we need to do a little bit of a circuit down here. I'm going to head down a hill a little way and then return back up the hill to get to the main town square, which is where we'll finish. Dawn says maybe used to be a bakery. The building, it could have been. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assumption, Dawn. And I really like the tower on the top of this building. Now that we're coming at it from a different angle, we get to see this really beautiful, what would you call that? Feels like it's like a romantic era or something, doesn't it? With that gorgeous ironwork right at the top. I don't know if you can see that, if you can pick that out. It's really pretty. And then the building itself. Turret. See, that's why I have you guys here. You help me out with all the terms that have completely escaped me. Of course I know them. They're there. They're there in my brain somewhere. It's just that I've forgotten them. Okay. And this building here we saw last night because I think this is where the only bar in town is in this building. So we've kind of become semi-regulars here over the last week or so. But up there on that first floor, they're lit up last night with the most magnificent chandeliers. It's a shame they're not on now. And just while we're here, I've just noticed another one of these plaques with information. It's obviously a historical society or something that's placed these plaques here. I always wanted a house with a turret, says Dawn. So there's a picture of the town on the bus. All right, let's wait for the bus to go. So there we have Tommy's Bar, which is where we've been finding, an hour of warmth to escape sitting in the apartment. We've just been coming down here. It's really nice. Okay, now we're going to take a walk down this road and find our next lion. In fact, we'll find two down here, I know it. It's just going to take a little bit of a walk to get there. And the street decorations here are gingerbread men on the light poles. So I'm just going to take a look back over here, back towards the town. When we come back, we'll go up on that level there. And I need to cross the road because there's no footpath on this side. So when these two cars go, otherwise I'm going to get stuck. Okay, this is much better. Well, so some of you may have noticed that I had to reschedule my tour yesterday, where I was going to go to the zoo, or the wildlife park. In German, the Tiergarten. And the reason for that is that we could not figure out the bus timetable. So there's one on the bus shelter. There's one on the website. The one from the website appeared to be about 5 years old, indicating there was a bus every hour. The one on the bus shelter indicated there were 2 a day. So we had to give up. Just have a look at this beautiful house down there. Look at that. Now we might get a closer look at that. I'm planning a riverside walk which would take us past that house, which is difficult to see through the trees from up here. So in the end, there was no bus yesterday. So that's why I had to reschedule. And I've since done more of a search and found a better bus timetable. So hopefully when I reschedule it, I've made it for Saturday, but now that we think we've found a more friendly bus timetable, it looks like we'll be able to do it on Friday. So I hope that time works for most of you. But from what I've read about it, what I've heard speaking to the guy that owns our apartment, it used to be the King's hunting grounds. So the aristocracy who lived in this town for 300 or 400 years, between around about 1200 and around about 1600, they would have had their hunting grounds out there. Nowadays we have different types of antelopes. They have otters. They have wolves and bears. I'm just hoping the bears aren't going to be hibernating. So that should be really interesting. I still want to get there. Anyway, Dawn says it would be nice to see a wildlife park. I agree. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I can make it happen. All right, here's our third lion. This lion is, I'd say he's a butler. What do you think? It's outside this posh hotel. And he's dressed all in black with white cuffs. And to me, he's either a doorman or a butler or someone in hospitality, someone here to welcome you to the hotel. I wish I knew their names. Look, he's got a black tie. I can see that there's a few more people watching. Please say hi. Let me know who's here. I'm going to try and get this one with the Christmas tree in the background if I can. Concierge. Yeah, that would be him. I'm not even going to look at the menu here. I know it's going to be expensive. I'll go on. Why not? All right. What have we got? We've got a lava cake for €9 and millefeuille. There we go, Tariq, millefeuille. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Great to see you. Glad you could make it. And we're just trying to see how much it costs to eat at this fancy restaurant. Oh, here's the meat dishes. Rump steak is €30. There we go. And there's a second line here made out of pink sandstone. So we've got that one. Chocolate mousse, yes. He looks lifelike when up close. He does, doesn't he? So I don't know if I can get both of them in shot together. Let's have a go. Bear with me. All right. So now that we know where the pink lion is, there he is, just in the back there. Hi, Karen. How are you? Great to see you. Thanks for coming along and joining us. All right. So when I was originally researching this, I had seen two lions showing for this place. So I don't know if the second one is still on the site and you have to find your way through the hotel to find him. There's a giant chair here. If Richard was with me, I could sit here and make myself look ridiculous sitting on this giant chair, but he's not here. Not here today. I guess I could try. Let me see if I can try and make myself look ridiculous sitting on this chair. We'll have a go. Okay. It doesn't really work because my arms aren't long enough. There. No, it doesn't really work, does it? Oh well, I tried. We'll turn that back around again. And we'll head off and look for our third lion. Off we go. And I just need to adjust this camera angle a little bit. Bear with me for a second. There, that's better. Okay. Our third lion's just down here. Is there wind noise? I suspect there might be a little bit of wind noise. Of course, when I'm counting lions, I'm only counting these painted ones. We've seen lots more, and there will be a few more after these couple as well. Just along here, there's a shop, and I think it's a hat shop. We'll see in a moment. Here he is. He's got company today. He's joined by Santa today. Dawn says, I used to live near to a wildlife park when I was a young child, owned by Lord Lambton, and the lions frequently escaped. I remember alerts over the morning radio wanting to check around corners first. Oh, that's a bit scary, Dawn. It's one way to wake yourself up in the day, isn't it, in the morning? Okay, so yeah, what do they sell here? What sort of shop is it? Yeah, I think it's a hat shop. We've got a beaver there. There's a nativity scene in the window. Lots of interesting looking men's hats. But we're here for this guy. Let's have a closer look at him. I'm not sure what the painted pattern is on his rump, what it depicts. Possibly a garden. Is it flowers? Maybe he's like a gardener. But there we go. There's our line with Santa. Looks like Santa's doing a bit of a jig. We'll see him again in a moment. I'm just going to take you down here to have a look at the river for a moment before we climb back up the hill. Very stylish gent. Yes, he is, isn't he? Looks like he's wearing a waistcoat, maybe floral pants. So this is looking up at the castle here. I'm not sure which wing or which part of the castle that actually is. It might be, this end of it might be the Schloss Hotel, the Castle Hotel. And this is the old sandstone bridge. And the bridge dates back to, it's actually on an island. See, there's an island in the middle here. The bridge dates back to the mid 18th century as well. I'm just going to cross when it's safe to do so. I don't have the best vision here. Okay. So here we have that weir, and there's the island. I'm not sure if that's a pump house of some sort. Comes down to the island. Now, do you remember I showed you the beach the other day? Here we get to see get to see it from a different angle. So there's a white pavilion over there, and on the bank, this side of the white pavilion, you might be able to see a tiny spot of sand. They call it Little Nice. And there's our castle up there. We do have to come down here after dark and see if there are lights on at night. I don't know what these two buildings either side of the end of the bridge are. Maybe there was a toll collector, gatekeeper, something like that. Okay, looking back up. So I've taken you up there. We just haven't seen it from this angle. Cynthia, don't you dare. It's freezing. Look. The troll lived there. Possibly. I like the colour in the sky at the moment. It's kind of got a pink tinge to it. All right. Ah, yes, this is the Schloss Hotel. So we can see that this end is lit up. I wonder if the rest of the castle is. Toll houses, yeah. I'm thinking that. And then there's a statue here of a woman with children. So I'd love to know what this represents. Let's see if I can. Oh, it's referring to the war years. 1914 to 1918. I can't even decipher any of that, unfortunately. My limited German is not even good enough to pick out a word here and there. But I would say it's possibly something to do with widows of the war, would be my guess. Alrighty. Let's head back up that hill. I have one that I have to try and remember where it is. So hopefully I choose the right street to head back up the hill. And if I do, we'll get lucky and we'll find another line. We will be separated from him by a pane of glass, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll still see him. And then we'll finish off in the marketplace where there's about 8 lions in the marketplace in the town square. I thought you weren't coming. He changed his mind. You're lucky to find me.
No, I tracked you on YouTube.
He's been following me on YouTube. All right, well, you got to help me find that line in the EU display place.
I just went past it.
You know where it is? Oh, good. Okay, I better cross the road. All right, our navigator's joined us. We get to come back and see this very handsome lion here with his vest and floral pants. There he is. Love his face. Look at this. Don says hi, Richard. Catherine says hi, Richard.
Hello.
Lynn and Cynthia said hi, Richard.
Hello.
It's Sarah. Yeah, we saw the hats. Yeah. Alrighty. So, we had a look at the statue on the bridge,
Yes.
which I hadn't actually had a look at that before.
Saw you were here, so I'll head straight down here.
Okay. All right, so we've been going 37 minutes. That's not too bad. And we're going to aim for the town square, the marketplace. We should have that plenty of time, shouldn't we?
Cut up the few steepish, but it saves all the
I'm already puffing. So I think we'll stick to the easier route. All right, so one last look at our concierge, as Cynthia suggests, our butler, our doorman over there. And it's chilly. Cynthia dared me to put my feet in the water. And Natalie's giving you a pink wave.
Hello.
Dawn says, will we pass the large chair again now Richard is here? Oh, right. They don't forget, do they?
I don't see perspective.
Yeah, I tried to sit myself on it, make myself look stupid. But I couldn't because I'm holding the camera. But now that you're here, we can make that happen. Okay, here's that big chair again. Remember, Evia sat on one of these. There was a red one somewhere. Oh, Rich is going to join. Here we go. There. Big chair. There it is. So obviously, so that this is their Instagrammable point, Instagram point. There you go. Okay. So Richard being my fall guy doing it for me. See? Watch out. So that's one way down to the river, and we will be doing a river walk. I just haven't scheduled it yet. I probably should get onto that. Otherwise, we're not going to have a lot of time. I won't be giving you very much notice. And Natalie says, your hubby is little. That chair certainly makes him look little, doesn't it? All right, so who all heard about my Visa card story? We concluded that today, thank goodness. So it would have been probably 2 weeks ago, I got a text message from my bank telling me that they thought they detected suspicious activity on my card.
The Visa card, not the Visa journal.
Oh yeah, this is a different visa story. This is the Visa card story, not the Schengen zone visa story. And so all through that, we've had all sorts of dramas trying to get that sorted because we want to have that second card, just in case. Well, we don't want to end up with none. It was the MasterCard that we had replaced 3 times earlier this year. So we were relying on a Visa debit card. And of course I was moving around and doing this Visa run thing and all of that sort of thing. I really didn't have a chance to do much about it until a few days ago. So I've organised an emergency replacement card, which was finally delivered to us here today. So thank goodness we can put that to bed, because that was a pain, a total pain. So I spent several hours the day before yesterday getting that sorted, and then yesterday I spent 8 hours trying to get my eSIM sorted because I couldn't install it. I'm just looking at this lovely fuck house. Don says, when I was in Korea, my bank locked me out of my account as they thought suspicious activity. Luckily, it was on my last day as I couldn't get money from anywhere. Yeah, Lynn, thank you. Glad we got it sorted. These are the things you don't expect to have to spend all day.
Did you hear the story, however?
What story?
A husband, the wife had
Come over this side.
The wife had a credit card stolen, and the husband was saying, yeah, it was stolen, and so on. They said, well, did you lock it? Did you report it stolen? He says, well, no, because the thief is spending less than my wife.
Did you just make that up?
No.
Ladies, do we all protest this story? You forget which company you're in at the moment. Dawn, it will be a weight off your mind having it sorted. Yeah, we can relax. All right, so we're coming past the riding school again. We came past here about a week ago, I think. Probably were on my Wednesday last week. And then these beautiful half-timbered houses. Absolutely gorgeous. And the sky is an interesting colour at the moment. I'm not so good at hills as I used to be. I run out of puff. Oh, here it is. No lights on, which is a bit of a shame. So this one here, he appears to be wearing the flag of the EU, but possibly an earlier version, an earlier iteration. Does anyone know what the 6 stars on that flag means? Yeah, is that like a really early version of the EEC? It would have been in those days, wouldn't it? The European Economic Community. And here he is wearing a Santa hat. So it's some sort of I don't know. It's just a display window, maybe. It says here something about 20 years. Colmar, Berg, and Weilberg.
Sister cities.
Possibly sister cities. Yeah, and then there's a few photos on display in the window as well. So there's our, where are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you could include the pink sandstone one. There. I think it represents the first 6 countries that signed up. That was our guess as well. Dawn, thank you for that. Okay. So now we're coming up to the town square, where we'll find our final lions of our lion hunt today. So, of course, many cities use the lion as their town symbol, their town mascot. Lots of them do. We've been to Leon, of course, where we saw lions. And, yeah, of course, England uses the lion as their country mascot. So it's certainly not uncommon. I just think it's a fun little hunt to follow the trail and look for the lions in this small town in Germany. There's a nice clothes store over there. And since I started, the lights are starting to come on, and we've had the little huts delivered just yesterday for the commencement of the Christmas markets that's going to be on this weekend. And that's something else that we're going to check it out on Friday. So it's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll check it out on Friday. I'll schedule the tour for Saturday. Probably we'll still do it, I'd say. But there's our little huts. We've got a nice gift store here too, which I've been meaning to check out. However, this is what we're here for. This is our journalist lion, our print paper man. He sits outside the Weilberger Tageblatt newspaper office. And here he is. Now he looks very dashing. So I'm kind of wondering, is he just a newspaper man or is he something more important than that? What do you think, guys? What do you think he could be? Maybe he's the mayor. Do you think he's the mayor? Oh, owner of the newspaper? Managing editor? I'm not sure. He's got a very dashing. See, it's got newspapers all over the vest. So he's definitely related to. Oh, there's a plaque down there. What does that say? Can you read that?
Yeah, Weilberger Tageblatt, Design Grit, Rohrstock.
What does that mean?
Design.
Oh, that's the name.
That's his name.
Oh, that's the artist's name. Okay. So there we go.
Grit.
This is the newspaper lion in front of the Weilberger Tageblatt, which would be on the left, and we've got the Tourist Information Office on the right. Okay, now our final lines are all in a cluster in one little spot. What are we looking at? Another building plaque.
1712. It was the guest house at Zucrono. Erstmals, it was like previous to that, it was like a guest house, and then zum Ritter. And then since 1924, it's been the Weilberger Tageblatt.
Okay. Since 1924, so that's 100 years this year. It's been the newspaper office. Yeah, Dawn, there's these little huts that get rolled out in every single town and city. It's quite amazing, isn't it? So we've been watching them get put in place and the lights go up. It kind of just feels like it's our place. We're staying right here, right almost overlooking the square. We're in the back. So I'm really interested and excited to see what we're going to have this weekend. So here's our last little cluster of lions, and it's outside the Löwen Cafe, the Lion Cafe. And here he is. Here's the star of the show, this one here. I wish they had names. I bet his name's Leo. What do you think? Is Leo? And then we've got the big lions up here. So the 3 lions that adorn the front of this cafe. And then we've got 2 in the windows. You think his name's Gar? And Dawn says parsley. Is there a significance to parsley, Dawn? And then, of course, there's 2 more lions on the signage. So, I mean, they've gone all in. They've gone all in here. We've got 8. There's lions everywhere. Lions everywhere on this place. There we go. And just another look at our friend with. There we go.
Der beißt gleich, ihr müsst aufpassen.
Oh, sorry. I think they want to go that way. No. I just wanted to show his face. He's got a little bit of a bruised nose. There. And there is one last one. There's one last one. I'm not sure if this one's intentional or not. It's just in the shop window. I think is it a chemist? No, the chemist is across the way. This is a travel agent. So we've got the Tutankhamun for. So that's the problem. We've got the reflections on the window now, so it's going to be difficult to see. This little guy here looks almost like an exact reproduction of the one outside the cafe. Past this from a kids' TV show. I don't know that show. Okay. So, yeah, he's almost like an exact reproduction of the one outside the cafe. So here we go. We've got our square getting ready for, oh, yeah, there's one at the gate. Okay, our town square's getting ready for the Christmas markets this weekend. I kind of like that. It's not happening every day. There's that sense of anticipation. It's happening in a few days from now. So some cities, they have it going for the entire month, especially in Germany and like Cologne and Frankfurt and Heidelberg and Munich, places like that, Berlin. But these little towns, you actually have to wait for the weekend. There's one last line which you've already seen, but let's go and have a look at it anyway. And that's on the gate of the Schloss. Oh, there's one in the window. There we go. There's one I nearly missed. So what do you think about the little treasure hunt? Yeah, again, the lights are making it really difficult. But there's one there. And there's the one on the gate. Do you know if the church is open at the moment? Since we're here, right next to it, we weren't able to get in there the other day. We're just going to check and see if the church is open. Because if it is, I'll quickly take you in for a look. It's probably going to be our last opportunity to do so. You're very welcome, Lynn. So here's the one. Here's the lion crest for the Schloss. I'm sure there was a lion on the magic round. Oh, there's lions everywhere. Yeah. I'm not doing anything really unusual, am I? There he is again with the lights in the background. Fun treasure hunt. Let's go and see if that church is open. It's a really unusual church. It's predominantly Protestant, this town. There's a little Catholic church down on the flat part of the town, down below the old town. So this is like I think they call it an evangelical. I'm not sure, but it's not a rectangular church. It's square. Is the first thing that makes it unusual. Oh.
It's dark in there. No lights on.
Oh, okay. Hi, Mick. Are you happy to be on camera? Say hi.
Hi.
Got people here from mainly America. There's a couple from England.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's our landlord, I suppose. Yeah. And there's Neptune up there on the fountain. Okay, I just got a low power warning, guys, low battery warning. So the church is dark. We can't see anything in there at the moment, which is sad, but this is it here. And yeah, unfortunately. But we can get a reflection of the marketplace in the front doors. And we can also have a look at, there's a thank you sign up there for support for the repair, donations for the repair of the organ. And this is a model of the town. So that grove of trees that are all shaped is there. These are the terraces where the gardens are. This is the Schloss, and we're standing in the square just here right now. So that's it. That's the town there. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around. We'll finish up. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is a very cute little town. We have absolutely loved staying here. And we've still got another week to go. Just turning this camera around if I can get to my settings. And there it is there. Okay. So let's go stand in front of the fountain. If I can get it positioned correctly. Oh, I just got a 10% battery warning. We're definitely going to finish up, guys. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you all possibly Friday. Yeah, for the wildlife park. Okay, bye for now.
Bye.
And share your postcards if you got some. Thank you. Thanks, Tish. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.